Hi everyone, so tonight I have bought some Montessori materials from my school to play with. They're the math ones, and I'm really passionate about math because I was a child that hated math at school. And I remember the exact moment in my primary education when I got lost and spent the rest of my education trying to catch up. I got through and it was fine, but when I became a teacher, I thought, gosh, I don't want to put anyone through that again. So when I discovered Montessori and the math materials, it just blew my mind. They're just amazing and they make everything so concrete. And they really scaffold the children to some really high level math. So one of the huge concepts that she had was to work with from the concrete to the abstract with children. So just a few notes on the materials. In a Montessori classroom, we only ever have one of each of the sets. That is to encourage delayed gratification, so children having to wait their turn, and you know, the idea of that there's not endless amounts of everything in the world, there is just one, so we need to take care of it. And also as a teacher, it means that we can't just be teaching everyone addition through one material because there'll be a huge queue to use it. So we have to keep a lot of variety in there and teach a lot of materials to keep that community going. So the first material I want to show you is the golden beads, and you'll probably see this in mainstream schools as well because they're really popular. So this is how she represented 1,000. This is a 1,000 block. It's really heavy. It gives that impression that 1,000 is a big number. And then she's got the 100 square, the 10 bar, and the units. So this is how we'd introduce the hierarchies. You know, the children can see that there's 10 hundreds and 1,000, and you can go 10 tens and 100 and see that kind of equivalence as well. And they're heavy and they carry them on trays, so there's lots of motor skills. It appeals to their movement, and it just gives a really great first concept of these numbers. So this is a very popular work, and you can do all 4 operations with them: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Once they've got that really concrete aspect of the hierarchies, we then move to something called the stamp game. This is a bit of history. So when Maria Montessori created this, it was made out of postage stamps. So we always tell the kids that as well because that's kind of a cool story. So now the child has the concept of 1,000 and they know that's a really big number. So we would then show them, well, this is actually 1,000 as a number in the numerical form. So now we're going to take this away because they've got that impression, and they're going to work with the stamps. So there's 1,000, 100, 10, and a unit. And you'll notice that they're also color coded, and this runs right through the math equipment. So green is units, blue is tens, red is hundreds, and green is thousands. And so that's a nice kind of scaffold as well to help them know what hierarchy they're working in. Once they've moved from the stamp game, they're going to get even more abstract, and we're going to work on something like the small bead frame. And here we have, you'll see along the side, we have the hierarchies again, the units, tens, hundreds, and then there's a grey part because we're moving to the next number family, which is the thousands. But unlike the stamp game where all the tiles had the number on it, now we've just got a green bead, and that means 1 unit. And the child has to understand 1 blue bead means 10 units. We're still holding on to the colour coding, but we're losing the numerical number on each thing. And then just the last piece of material I have to show you is the flat bead frame. So once there's a large bead frame as well that goes into the millions, but I haven't brought that one. So this one then moves away from the colour coding altogether, and they've just got to know that a golden bead equals a unit because the categories are up here, and this one goes right into the hundreds of millions. So yeah, that's just a little example of how the sequencing of Montessori math goes. And it's just something I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys enjoyed learning a bit more about Montessori math.